Good morning, Pre-K 3. All right, let's get started with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, so today is kind of a special day because yesterday was the last day of the month of April. So, what comes after April? We are now in the month of May. And today is Friday. And if it's the first day of the month, it is the first. So, there's a pink and a purple side to our new month. We're going to use the pink side to start. So, today is Friday, May 1st, 2020 or 2020. So, the beginning of a new month for us. So, this week we've talked about the tropics, we've talked about the different fruits that are in the tropical climate. We did our fruit patterns during Zoom, and we did our graphing during Zoom with our favorite fruit. And you guys made your rainbow fish. Let me grab my rainbow fish to show you what it ended up looking like. Here's what my rainbow fish looked like. I put lots of sequins on it, and the sequins represented the fish's scales, so kind of fun and pretty. Did that, and we did our paper plate flamingo. I'll grab my flamingo too. Hang on. Here's what my flamingo looked like. A couple of you sent me pictures of yours. It looked very, very cute. So, a fun week learning about all the different animals and the things living in the tropics. And we also worked on our short vowel sounds. So hopefully you guys can continue working on that. And we'll do some more of those activities today. And today, since it's Friday, we're going to read one of our class favorites, Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. I think we've all had a bad day sometime, right? So this is about Alexander's bad day. All right. Okay. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. And when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on the skateboard, and by mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running, and I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Poor Alexander. At breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray car kit in his breakfast cereal box, and Nick found a junior undercover agent code ring in his breakfast cereal box. But in my breakfast cereal box, all I found was breakfast cereal. I think I'll move to Australia. So he is not having a good day. In the carpool with Mrs. Gibson, let Becky have a seat by the window. Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window too. I said I was being scrunched. I said I was being smushed. I said if I don't get a seat by the window, I am going to be car sick. No one even answered. And I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of the sailboat better than my picture of the invisible castle. And at singing time, she said I sang too loud. At counting time, she said I left out 16. Who needs 16? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said that Philip Parker was his best friend and that Albert Moya was his next best friend and that I was only his third best friend. I hope you sit on a tack, I said to Paul. I hope the next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone, the ice cream part falls off the cone part and lands in Australia. There were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds. And Paul's mother gave him a piece of jelly roll that had little coconut sprinkles on the top. Guess whose mother forgot to put in dessert? It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. He didn't get any dessert in his lunch. Oh. That's what it was. Because after school, my mom took us all to the dentist, and Dr. Fields found a cavity just in me. Come back next week and I'll fix it, said Dr. Fields. Next week, I said, I'm going to Australia. On the way downstairs to the elevator door, closed on my foot, and while we were waiting for my mom to go get the car, Anthony made me fall where it was muddy. And then when I started crying because of the mud, Nick said I was a crybaby. Uh-oh. Not good. And while I was punching Nick for saying crybaby, my mom came back with the car and scolded me for being muddy and fighting. I am having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I told everybody. No one even answered. So then we went to the shoe store to buy some sneakers. Anthony chose white ones with blue stripes. Nick chose red ones with white stripes. I chose blue ones with red stripes. But then the shoe man said, we're all sold out. They made me buy plain old white ones, but they can't make me wear them. Oh, such a sad little day. And when we picked up my dad at his office, he said I couldn't play with his copy machine, but I forgot. He also said to watch out for the books on his desk, and I was careful as could be, except for my elbow. He also said, don't fool around with his phone. But I think I called Australia. My dad said, please don't pick him up anymore. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I'm having a hard time turning the pages. All right. And there was lima beans for dinner, and I hate limas. And there was kissing on TV, and I hate kissing. He is not doing good. My bath was too hot, and I got soap in my eyes. My marble went down the drain, and I had to wear my railroad train pajamas. I hate my railroad train pajamas. When I went to bed, Nick took back the pillow he said I could keep, and the Mickey Mouse nightlight burned out, and I bit my tongue. The cat wants to sleep with Anthony, not with me. It has been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. My mom says some days are like that. Even in Australia. So, the point of this little story is that it's okay to have a bad day, and everybody will have a bad day sometimes. But you just have to look forward to the next day and start over and make it a better day, okay? All right, guys, we miss you. Join me later for some more activities, okay? And I hope to see you guys on Zoom. Have a great Friday.